Welcome to the NCAA Softball Regionals presented by Capital One. Rhonda Rebel Field here in Lincoln, elimination game on a Saturday night. And it's South Dakota and Grand Canyon. Both have already played a game today. GCU falling to Nebraska, the 4 seed in the tournament. And we're shut out 2-0. Jordy Fromm was masterful against them. Nebraska into the finals tomorrow, and then the Yotes, the first tournament win in school history on this Ella McGee catch out in left field. So it is the Yotes and the Lopes, folks, tonight for a spot in Sunday's regional final. Nebraska just has to win once tomorrow. The winner of tonight's game would have to beat the Huskers twice. And of course, for Nebraska, if they win tomorrow, they would host the Super Regional next weekend. How about Grand Canyon?
Yeah, this is a team that can put some big runs up on the board. Leading off, Sydney McRae has been outstanding. She hit her 4th home run of the year, but the big boppers through the middle of the lineup are where the damage is typically done. Emily Gonzalez had her 13th home run of the year. This is a team that score a lot of runs. Look at that, 89 home runs on the year. These are all program ranks, first ever in walks, home runs, slug percentage, on base percentage, well over 400, and they score a lot of runs. This is a very explosive offense for GCU.
And South Dakota playing against a team that's just been making history every step of the way. They might not have the record that you would think would be here in the postseason, but how about their last 7 games? That 5-2 record. They were Summit League champions, won their first NCAA tournament game. What, about 30 minutes ago? They are coming off a high led by Madison Evans in the circle, who got it done. Autumn Iverson at the top of their order, the big home run yesterday. So this is a South Dakota team. Don't count them out. They are having a ton of fun.
All right, first pitch when we come back for a spot in the regional final. Let's check out the starting lineup for the Coyotes, brought to you by Capital One. Autumn Iverson in that leadoff, 3 for 5 with a home run in the NCAA regionals. They're going to face Natalie Fritz, who makes her tournament debut here tonight. The sophomore from Chandler, Arizona, transferred in from New Mexico. 10-0 on the season. That's a pretty doggone good record to bring into an elimination game.
Yeah, she's been really good. Look at that, just the 9 free passes and 63+ innings. It's going to be a lot of rise ball at the top of the zone, curve and screwball to expand the zone on the corners, and she's going to be in the low to mid 60s. She also does use a changeup, not as often as some of her battery mates. This is a GCU team that has a lot of arms in the bullpen, and they can pull them at any time. A very large, diverse staff.
Autumn was 2 for 2, scored a couple of runs in their win earlier tonight. They beat Louisville 4-2. GCU's had a chance to rest up for the last 3 hours or so after their loss earlier today to Nebraska. Fritz bringing it at 63 miles per hour. Autumn on the year, a 300 hitter, an 800 OPS.
It's definitely advantage South Dakota as far as just coming off fresh off a game, and you get the doubleheader back-to-back for their hitters. Tell by Autumn Iverson's takes.
That's in for a strike, 3-1. Vince Price, Kelly Damiano, Jonathan Hand, Jerry Jones, our crew. And a walk to lead things off for the Yotes. Here's Kaya Johnson. Swing and a miss up in the zone at 63 miles an hour.
Fritz with a lot of upspin.
Natalie falling behind the first couple of batters she's facing here.
Working on that confidence coaches talk about. She has one of the best ranks in the nation on base on balls. But a little bit of nerves here, her first start of the postseason.
Gets her to reach the throw down and the tag in time to take out Iverson.
Great job by Tinley Lucas, the catcher behind the dish. Gets a good pitch that she can throw on. So you can see a rise ball, and it's on her throwing side or shoulder. She guns that ball down to Wilkinson, makes the tag, catches Iverson with her hand in the cookie jar.
That looked like a hit and run, too. Kaya Johnson trying to help her out. Swinging at a rise ball out of the zone.
Pretty darn good. Over 50%.
Eighth best.
Yeah. I think they consider anything, what, over 35, 40% is good.
Yep.
50% outstanding.
The advantage is always the runner.
And then Fritz follows it up with a strikeout, 2 down.
GCU turning it around after the leadoff walk. They get the runner stealing and then the rise ball to get Johnson swinging through it. Nice pitch at the top of the zone. You can just see that late sharp movement. Really good upspin from Fritz.
We're first, and here's Delaney White. One and two. Here's the 1-2. And a roller to second. Holtorf is there. 1, 2, 3 inning. Let's check out the Capital One starting lineup for the Grand Canyon Antelopes. And Jada Cooper, 27 home runs, her third best in GCU history. Really strong in the middle of that lineup. The fire starter is Sydney McCray. right at the top, who we will see against Campbell German. And what a day for Campbell and her sister Brinley. They are both in the starting lineup. Brinley right there, the shortstop out of Cumming, Iowa.
A little over 62 innings of work. Needs to limit those free passes. Does a lot of the same. She's going to be more east and west with that curveball screwball combination. A little bit of down in the zone as well as the rise ball up. She's going to be in the high 50s, low 60s.
McCray, the senior from Sarasota, Florida.
Trying to make a bounce back from game 1 earlier today against Jordy Fromm. 3 strikeouts.
16 total in the game.
Yeah, she was terrific against Louisville last night. Went 3 for 4 with a home run. And ran into Fromm today. Smacks it the opposite way. Ella McGee is there, going down.
It's really interesting how all these lefties are played. Ella McGee, we saw her end the game at the wall, but she hugs that line big time. We've seen her take away about 2 or 3 doubles. And a great job out there in left field. So we're not seeing a whole lot of strikeouts, so you got to count on your defense if you're South Dakota.
I'll bring up Reagan Holtorf.
You got to remember, too, the wind blowing towards left field, towards that line. It is whipping out there.
It's interesting too, because this South Dakota team, that the pitching staff, they issue a lot of free passes, 66 errors on the year as well for the defense, but they're used to playing with a lot of traffic on the bases. Kind of unfazes them.
They're comfortable with it. Yeah. I mean,
able to work out of it.
You see those walks, you're like, how are they winning games? And they weren't for about 3 months. And now they've figured out how to do it. Of course, the walks have gone down. They've been much more efficient.
Well, it's interesting. They had 3 errors last game, 5 walks. But again, all that traffic, they only gave up the 2 runs.
Smashes that right back up the middle. Gonna think about 2 and gonna go for it. Holtorf slides in safely.
This is what I love, is aggressiveness of GCU, not just being able to go after this pitch. And you see that stride coming almost across the plate, but as soon as she hits this at the box, what's she thinking too? She sees this ball get into the gap, and it's not a single for her, it's a double, and that's why she gets in. Without a doubt, she knew that was a double off the bat.
So here's Jada Cooper. Cooper, that's in for a strike. The sophomore from Houston. Their career leader already in OB and slug. Her teammates say she radiates positive vibes. And she can hit it hard and far.
That's the first time, though, we've seen her barrel a ball.
Yep.
They have done a good job, pitchers, against Jada Cooper, missing that barrel. And you can tell she has the ability, the numbers that she shows to hit the ball out.
Cooper's the start of this part of the lineup for GCU that has all that power. Cooper with 15, Martin with 17, Gonzalez with 13.
Change-up misses high.
Coop, Marty, Gonzo. That's the trifecta they've got. Just go ahead and give them their own nicknames.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
Heck of a threat, though.
I was going to go with ropers.
Oh,
Like it?
that's how you describe them. I like it.
And that's a fair ball. Off the glove of Carey. GCU will score the game's first run. And an RBI double for Cooper.
Well, and this just shows how hard that Cooper hits the ball. She's going to mash this ball down the line, and it's going to get past Brooke Carey at third base. You can see she just gets around it and just slams it down the line. It goes off of the glove, and that's going to allow Holtorf, who has good wheels. But look at the way that Brown kind of gets out of the way of Holtorf coming in.
I've never seen that.
I haven't either. You need to catch that.
You got the gear. Go get that, and honestly, you're allowed to. This is when you're actually allowed to have obstruction, is when the throw takes you there. You can actually go get that. But she did want nothing to do with that. It was not a wide enough throw to where it should have gone to the backstop.
So with one run in, it's Trinity Martin's turn for the Lopes. Got a pinch runner out there at second base as well. Izzy Ruda. Cooper can re-enter. One on with one out and a run in here in the bottom of the first. Lopes over the Yotes.
Said that 5 times fast.
Martin got under it. Out to center, Iverson. Yeah, boy, you see how she had to do a little circle move with the wind whipping tonight in Lincoln. 2 down.
It is not a fun day for outfielders. They've done a really good job. And remember, it is turf out there too. And I know that's kind of normal for the Big Ten. It's not normal for softball. When we've seen the ball also hit the turf, it has crazy spin and hops compared to regular grass.
Emily Gonzalez, who had a home run against Louisville yesterday. When they beat the Cardinals 5-1, she and McCray hit homers.
Whoops, I think you're just excited to see anyone that isn't Jordy Fromm. Dominant Jordy was.
Jordy Fromm threw that changeup a lot, and they're able to identify it a little bit better off of German. Fromm hides that changeup, helped also induce that swing and miss on her rise ball up in the zone.
Pops it up. Side retired, but a run in, and Grand Canyon has the lead. Here's who South Dakota is and what they had to go through just to get here to win the Summit League. As one of the last teams into the field, they rallied to beat Kansas City in the opening round. That meant they could stay and play in the double elimination tournament. And they shocked the regular season champs, Omaha.
Madison Evans ended up getting a tournament MVP because of her work in the circle and finishing that tournament to get to this point, first time in 48 years. And how about the last out? Ellie McGee making the grab for her pitcher, Madison Evans, for the first win in school history here in the postseason. That happened about 45 minutes ago. 7th place in the Summit in April. They weren't even going to be in their own tournament. Had a battle back against North Dakota to get there. Won 10 of their last 15 games, including 4-4 in that tournament for the conference, and then winning the title to get to this point in their first game in school history earlier today against Louisville of the ACC.
Great example of it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Here's Brooke Carey. One down. 4, 5, and 6 coming up to face Fritz.
And on the flip side, you have a GCU team that was the last undefeated team, 30-0 until they lost to Oklahoma State. I mean, you almost have two completely opposite programs meeting here in an NCAA game.
They were down 9-0 the first inning of their championship game. Looked like they were definitely out for the season. They rallied back to win that game, took it to extra innings. So both these teams, it's perfect that they would meet up, because when we were reviewing this regional, I mean, we were excited, of course, Nebraska, Louisville, and the ACC, but then you looked at these two teams, you dive in, you start watching their games, how they got here, and it's like, holy smokes. This is why you just want to get to your conference tournament. Give yourself a chance.
Well, that's why I'm always a fan and a proponent of the conference tournaments. I know that some people are like, oh, they should go away. Just it should be all about the regular season. I like the conference tournament because it rewards who's playing well at the end of the season. Exactly. So who's hot as of late.
Down 9-0 in the first inning was GCU. Tied it and then won it in extras on the Tinley Lucas walk-off. They've been in a regional final once in their history, trying to get back to another one tomorrow against Nebraska, and a pop-up taken care of by Wilkinson, 2 down.
And Beth, I think what's interesting is you see, wow, down 9-0 in the first. How about down 9-0 in the first with no outs?
Yeah.
Like someone else put a 9 spot up on the board before they recorded an out. That is craziness.
And that was the top of the first. I mean,
the good news on that is they had 7 innings to try to figure it out.
Time.
Not get run ruled. First off, that was the first goal, right? So they had
enough runs.
2 innings. Yeah. We've seen some of that. It's been a crazy year. Offense has been the name of the game this year. You've got a strike left. You have the opportunity to get back in the game.
Deep fly ball, left center, back it goes, and at the base of the wall, McCray with the range to get there.
Tinley Lucas with a game winner. We just talked about what they did in their conference tournament, coming down from 9-0 in the top of the first, and then be able to get the walk-off win Friday, going up against Louisville. Down the cards, 5-1 of the bats. Sydney McCray, Emily Gonzalez, 2 home runs. Sydney McCray, get a good look at her and the eye bling, the hair bling. 53 wins, that is a program record. Smitty, you talked about started the season 30-0 until they lost to who?
Oh, Oklahoma State.
Yes, 89 home runs, another program record. Seeing that across the country in that 9-run comeback in the Mountain West title game. Something they will never forget.
Yeah, they've been consistent all year long. Been a lot of fun to watch. They've been in the poll most of the year. As a mid-major, you don't always see that. A lot of it's the Power 4 clubs owning the top 25, but they have been resilient. They've been good. And I think it really started, obviously, with Coach Shannon Hayes, but 2 years ago, they shocked the world when they upset UCLA. At UCLA. That started, really, UCLA losing in that regional.
He said the biggest win in program history.
Yeah.
Helped ignite the belief that not only could they get to the postseason consistently, be a ranked team, but also beat top teams, historical teams.
Out to deep center, back to the wall, and the catch is made. Autumn Iverson keeps this one in the park.
Okay, you factor in the wind, the wall, everything that Autumn Iverson's got to do. First of all, she's got to flip around because she goes the wrong way, flips over to this side, gets to the wall, makes a great grab. We have not seen, first of all, no long balls today, and now 2 innings in a row hit to the wall. A great grab, taking away a double. Madison Shiflett.
That could have bounced over the fence. Here's Tinley Lucas. No-hitter alert going on right now with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th for Alyssa Faircloth of Mississippi State at Oregon. She's 1 out away. Lucas slams one out to center. And drifting over, that wind blowing it over into the gap. Iverson has it, 2 down. Alyssa Faircloth 1 strike away from an NCAA tournament no-no.
This is in Eugene, too.
Drive out to center, and she's got it. Mississippi State beats Oregon 4-0. Faircloth with a no-hitter. And that's the first for the program in NCAA tournament history. Congratulations to Alyssa Faircloth. Wow.
Been outstanding. That's a Mississippi State pitching staff that is very talented.
It's a rocket down the line and fair inside the bag at third. And Ellie Pond with a 2-out double.
Ellie Pond has been outstanding playing at third base. She's had some outstanding defense, and then she gets a pitch on the inner half. It kind of leaks back into the zone. It's supposed to be a curveball in the outer half, and she just drives that down the line. And immediately, one of the things about this Lopes team is that they run very well, and they are always looking for that additional 60 feet, knowing right out of the box, Pond going for that double.
Second hit today for Ellie Pond. Also played really good defense over at third base. So a couple of Sports Center type plays.
So
bottom of the order, and Haley Wilkinson trying to get back up to the top. The big swinging Sydney McCray, who's on deck.
laying down a bunt, and she's safe at first. Runners on the corners now with McCray coming up.
Used ground. A lot of time you think about that with a slap, but this is the bunt. Look at the hop. That hop is what gets her the hit. Just that extra bounce. Goes straight up in the air. You do not see that very often with a bunt. Allows her to beat it out, leg it out. Now we're up to the top of the order with Sydney McCray.
Well, especially with 2 outs. You don't usually see that. Playing the defense, though. All the corners have been back behind the bag.
The other big news from the West Coast today, guys, Megan Grant homered again for UCLA this evening.
Wow, she's going to get to 40.
Yeah, she's at 39 now.
39.
They're trying to put the finishing touches on a win over South Carolina.
Okay, so not only did no one really think Espinoza's record since 1995 would be broken at 37, but to get to 40.
Yeah.
I mean, that is one of those big marks that just seemed unattainable.
Or even 200 home runs for a club. I mean, UCLA is within reach of that. They keep winning.
And they got to be close to 190 now.
Trying to pad their 1-0 lead with a rally on 2 outs. Sydney McCray at the top of the order. draws the walk to load the bases. So a couple of hits and a walk here in the bottom of the second. And GCU a chance to bust this thing open with Reagan Holtorf, who doubled and scored their only run back in the first.
She found the gap out in right center field. Another short gamer, but she will stand in. Smitty, you talked about this. Not just being able to have the slap in the bunt, but being able to stand in, hit away. Especially situations like this.
Absolutely. So important when runners are on base. 2 outs.
Part of that game was gone, but we've seen a lot in this regional, a lot of just straight slappers that do not swing away.
Slices that out of play.
Well, some of it is trying to create chaos, right? There aren't as many strikeouts. If there's not as many strikeouts, you're putting the ball in play. If you put it in play and you spin the defense, more opportunities for errors to happen. That's really what both these clubs have been good at doing.
Gets a swing and a miss. And GCU leaves them loaded. Campbell German with a big K to end the threat.
Campbell German using the off-speed pitch at 47 miles an hour with the bases loaded. The flip changeup gets her out of the jam.
Well, it's mayhem for a reason, folks, and these are the surprises thus far. Yesterday it was Stetson over Florida State, Arizona beating Duke today. Mississippi State a no-hitter against Oregon, and Arizona State beats Texas A&M. All those seeded teams are still around and still alive. They'll be fighting their way out of the losers bracket. But Nebraska awaits our winner here, either Grand Canyon or South Dakota, as we head to the third inning. And it's Sarah Iberg for the Yotes. 7, 8, 9. Out to shallow left center, and over the shoulder catch is made by Wilkinson, 1 down.
Well, Wilkinson takes the first step in. It almost looks like this ball's going to drop in behind her. So you take a look at the way she's got to go back for this. A little bit awkward, but she does get to it. Good job of making a catch over her shoulder. Getting some love from Fritz.
Here's Ella McGee. Slaps that one out to left. And the first hit for the Yotes today.
First at bat for the day for Brendan German, who had been hit for. She was playing defense. Madison Evans was pitching. She hit for herself. Opportunity for German.
Swing and a miss out of the zone. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Natalie Fritz, 2 down to the top of the order.
Second strikeout for Fritz. Both of them on the rise ball. This one up in the eyes and gets German to swing through it.
back to Iverson, who walked and then got caught trying to steal second. Have not gotten a runner into scoring position yet. Two and one.
Fritz doing a good job of working that arm side of the plate, throwing these righties, trying to get underneath their hands.
That's it for a strike. It's 64 miles an hour, 2-2.
Come in underneath the hands, then a curveball away.
Full count. Fouled off of Lucas's mask. Another 3-2 pitch. Going around the move at first here with 2 outs. Trying to build off of their first hit of the game.
Iverson with that massive home run, the opener.
Oh, she get another one. Tattoos that foul.
Just foul.
By the way, that was only her 3rd home run.
Yes.
And now almost hitting another one. I mean, just the adrenaline and the amount of power that can get into your bat this time of year.
Good at bat to draw the walk there. So a couple of base runners with 2 outs for Kaya Johnson.
Second free pass of the game, given up by Fritz.
Both to Autumn. The center coming in is McCray, and that's going to fall. And with 2 outs, the runners were advancing. And another run will come in to score on the overthrow that gets into the dugout. Kaya Johnson bringing home a pair for South Dakota. And for the 3rd game in a row, they have a lead.
Sydney McCray thinks that she's going to be able to catch this, so dives, and I don't mind the effort, it's the throw. No way you should be throwing it over here to third base. She comes, spins around, throws it away, which costs another run to come in. But how about Kaya Johnson finding grass, finding a way to get South Dakota on the board. Again, they rally. And now they take the lead.
So a single and an E8. As McGee and Iverson both come in, the walk ends up being costly. And on the overthrow, whoop, look out, look out. Everybody appears to be okay, other than
wrong yote. She's trying to get the runner. That's someone in the dugout.
A bruised,
she's like, oh, I got it in the hip.
A bruised ego, perhaps, but she's celebrating with her teammates the lead again.
Well, and because that ball went out of play, it also puts Johnson at 3rd.
Chop back up the middle, foot race is on. And Holtorf has the arm strength to beat her there. 2-1, Yotes over the Lopes.
Jordy Fromm has been a superstar earlier today. 16 strikeouts, a career high. Just using all of her pitches. Her rise ball was outstanding. Really did a good job of setting it up with her changeup, which was just falling off the table. The movement, Jordy Fromm getting it done.
Yeah, 16 Ks and just the ferociousness of her in the circle. She beat out a single. She has great defense. Everything about Jordy Fromm, it's not just in the circle, everything she's done as a complete athlete. That's why she's a superstar.
So they await tomorrow at 3 Eastern. And if Nebraska wins, they host the Supers next weekend. If they lose, we would play an if necessary game tomorrow.
Part of the order for the Lopes. Coop, Marty, and Gonzo, the big hitters here in the middle of the order. If they want to respond immediately to 2 runs that South Dakota just put on, this is the time to do it.
One down.
Tell you what, South Dakota's been hugging the line, not just with their outfield, but the infield too. I mean, you are literally on the line. Brooke Carey standing maybe an inch off the line. You do not see that, Smitty, how deep and how close she was to the line.
Perfect positioning. I have to know where your pitcher's throwing the ball, and can they follow the glove?
Well, and she stays there even with the lefty, so it wasn't even just a Cooper thing.
Long foul ball.
They've taken away that line on the left side, both with Ella McGee and left. She'll shade towards the line, but Brooke Carey.
When Ellie Pond had that double down the line and got it past Carey, I think Carey scooched a little bit closer. She knows that German can get into that 5-6 hole to help her.
But rarely do you see it with the lefty. I mean, because they're aiming for that 5-6 hole.
Yeah.
You could bunt all day long, though. Both corners are at the grass. 2 strikes now taken away because it's bouncing off the glove of Abby Brown. Both of them were right there in the zone. Pop back out.
Full count now to Martin. With 1 down and GCU down a run in the bottom of the 3rd. Martin waits on it, drives it. And that's a 1-hopper off the wall out in left center. And a stand-up double for Trinity.
The dance moves there on second base. Trinity Martin, beautiful job. You see her kind of check as she waits for that changeup. Watch her kind of slow down her hands and then re-accelerate through. Poking this in the left center field for a double.
That's her 6th double of the year, but you're right, Jess. And that's off of a changeup, a 46-mile-an-hour changeup, hitting that the opposite way. That's a great job of letting that ball travel and hitting it inside out.
So tying run is in scoring position now for Emily Gonzalez. Popped up her first time up. Abby Brown trying to shake it off. Home plate umpire is going to help her out a little bit, buy a little time. Vince Price.
Screwball coming in on the inner half. Gets fouled off, top of the leg. Ouch, dead leg. Starting to see a little bit more of that with a lot of catchers going down on one knee. It exposes the quad. You know, those shin guards are on the shins, obviously, and so when the knee is down, it just exposes that upper part of the leg.
All right, she appears ready to go. So to reset for Gonzo, a 1-1 count with 1 out, tying run out at second base. There's that foul. Shannon Hayes looking out from that third base coaching box. Trying to get back to the regional final for the 2nd time in school history. Did it just a couple of years ago out at UCLA. Bruins, by the way, have gone final 7-2 over South Carolina. So the 8 seed is into the regional final. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Off the railing of the dugout.
Gonzalez is early on everything. She's not really letting that pitch travel. She's spinning off stuff. And this is where it's difficult to try to make those adjustments. And maybe velocity is a little bit lower than what you're used to. You gotta let that ball travel. Almost think about hitting everything as a changeup or inside out, going the opposite field.
Another 3-2 pitch, and that misses high, and a couple on now for the Lopes with one down. And Shifty coming up. Smashed one to deep center her first time up. Autumn Iverson made a fabulous catch at the wall.
That's what's been so surprising. We've hardly seen anything at or over the wall, nothing over the wall.
Gives a charge into this one and back to the track again. Almost the exact same spot, and Iverson is there. Martin will go ahead and take third base, so runners on the corners with two down.
Well, the wind is blowing out. The flags are definitely whipping out. You'd think that would help carry the ball out of the yard, but we have not seen that today.
I think the barrels are still getting missed, so even though it's got some pop, it's not that acceleration we're used to seeing that hits off buildings.
Exit angle a little bit too high at 38 degrees. Get that about 32 degrees, it probably leaves the yard.
25 to 35 is the ideal for a home run.
And it says the distance, 219 feet, 3 inches. Whew, 7 inches short for going out.
Center field here is 225.
Oh, that's true too. Extra 5 feet.
Yep, a little deeper. Here's Tinley Lucas. Chance to tie it up with a runner on third. Flew out to center her first time up. O2 coming from German. The throw down will get out into the outfield, and Grand Canyon ties it up on a first and third situation.
Boy, and that's just baiting him in. This is an 0-2 count to the hitter. The last thing you want to do is give away a run, and that's exactly what South Dakota does here. You can see the way that she takes off Gonzalez, and she stops. She's just trying to bait this throw in and down to second base so that her teammate can score.
I'm trying to figure out where Abby Brown was throwing it.
Yeah.
She threw it to second base, not the base, the second baseman, Kaya Johnson, who wasn't even on the bag.
Yeah, it was well offline.
So the E2 brings the run home, and it's all even at 2 apiece. Lucas. 2-2.
He's down and keep that front shoulder in. Seen so many of these Grand Canyon hitters just pulling off the ball.
And that's what happens. I mean, the velocity that you're used to is not quite there. Everything starts early, and that shoulders starts to fly.
Swing and a miss. A runner stranded at second, but a run in to tie it up through 3.
Campbell German using that changeup to get out of a jam again. It's been a really good pitch for her. Second strikeout with the changeup.
Welcome back to the NCAA Softball Regionals presented by Capital One, and welcome back to Lincoln, Nebraska. Elimination game, South Dakota and GCU, and Shannon Hayes now joins us.
Coach, I love some of the in-game coaching. You slowing the game down, calling timeout. Tinley Lucas, you did it in that last half inning. What's some of the things you tell these players in-game?
That didn't work very well, did it? You know what? Just stay in. You know what to look for next pitch. You know, just try to help them along, help them with their swing along, and things that we focus on during the week.
Coach, and Trinity Martin, 17 home runs. She picked up her 6th double in that inning. What makes her such an elite hitter?
She's a great talent. She's strong. She lets the ball get deep, usually a little too deep today in the first game, obviously. But no, now whenever she sees the zone well, she's tough to get out.
All right, thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.
And Martin back out there on the field, and behind a new pitcher, Abby Jones will come in here for the Lopes. 37th appearance, almost all of those out of the bullpen.
She's got those 17 base on balls. And one thing about this staff, they do a good job of limiting the free passes. She's going to be a lot of rise ball, about 32% of the time.
Coach Hayes told us when we talked a couple days ago, we're going to need her pitches jump a little bit.
She'll also work a screwball, curveball. So most all the pitchers on this staff do a lot of the east and west, a lot of curveball, screwball, good up or down pitch. Some of them will specialize a little bit more on a changeup.
Sends that one out to left, and the catch by Martin. One down.
A little circuitous route for Trinity Martin. Watch her go to the left and then have to drop step. Very athletic play to recover from what was kind of a wrong first 2 steps. Corrected it right, taking away what would have been a double. Smitty, for Grand Canyon, this is the 5th pitcher that they've used here already, so obviously having a complete staff.
They've got 5 pitchers, all with over 64 innings of work. I mean, that's tough to do.
Yeah.
You've got Vickers, who really is probably their ace, even though they say they don't have an ace. She's got 121 plus innings. But when you have that many arms that can come out, it's an advantage.
Cooper climbs up for it, dives to the bag, and gets there first. 2 outs.
I think you need to challenge this one. It looked really close, but she's going to come back. Also why you have the double first base, by the way. Anytime you see Jada Cooper diving into first, you cringe, but because there's that green bag there, there's not a collision. Nice effort. She is out. Great job by Cooper.
And she knew it. As soon as she gloved it, she was like, oh, I'm a long way from the bag.
Away.
I need to dive to get that glove on that.
But otherwise, you got a foot coming to your head.
Oh, 100%. This is absolutely, like you said, why we need the double bag.
Best decision to get to that double bag.
Hail, hail. So with 2 down, here's Abby Brown.
I always thought the double bag was a no-brainer. We played with it in international ball for 25
forever.
years.
Yeah.
I mean, the quicker the game, the more so it's needed.
Baseball's gone to it as well. They don't even have as many close plays with 60 feet and the short game, a big part of our game.
Well, and most baseball is played behind the bag.
Yeah.
We have a lot of it played in front of it, which makes it even more difficult.
Yeah. So otherwise, that cleat is coming down right on Cooper, and that's just when she hits the bag. She kind of kept going, so we've seen so many plays where it is scary.
And a strikeout for Abby Jones. A 1-2-3 inning in relief.
Abby Jones using a curveball, screwball, rise ball combination. This time she's going to go to that curveball. Nice spin on the outer half to pick up the strikeout.
Welcome back to the Lincoln Regional. Winner is into the regional final tomorrow. We are all square at 2 as we go to the bottom of the 4th, joined by Robert Wagner.
Well, Coach, of course I'm going to talk about your outfielder, Autumn Iverson, and what she's done at the home run yesterday. Can't keep her off the base pass. 5 consecutive at-bats. She's gotten on base, a couple hits earlier today. What has she meant to your lineup?
Yeah, I mean, hitting leadoff, that's table setter, and she's just competing her tail off and just barely missed a home run, a little bit foul, but she's competing, she's fighting, and we got to feed off that.
And Coach, congratulations on your first ever tournament victory earlier today. What was the message after that win to get ready for this game?
We're just taking one game at a time. I know that's pretty cliche, but we just had to handle that first game, and it went right down to the wire, and it took everything we had. And Madison's a little tired. She's pitched a lot lately, and it's been hot, so gave Campbell a shot here, and she's doing a great job keeping us in the game.
Yes, she is. Thank you very much, Robert. Yeah, 2-2 right now. South Dakota, both their runs in the third. GCU had the lead 1-0 in the first and then tied the game back up in the bottom of the third inning. Eight, 9, and then the top coming up here for the Lopes. Ellie Pond doubled down the left field line her first time up.
She's quietly been one of the best hitters for Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Their big boppers haven't been as consistent. Ellie Pond down here saw our batting average go up over 300 just within this tournament.
Pops it up. One down.
Going down the slide.
Right.
Using the slide.
In the Fromm jersey.
Oh, love it.
Oh, help your sis.
No, he's
Oh,
going
round
again.
two.
He's going
Yeah.
again.
She's like,
for
no, you are not
sure.
going to bump me.
Look out. Look out. Where'd he go?
He's gone.
We lost him. Here's Haley Wilkinson. There he is. He's okay. Welcome to Ace's Place. All right. That's the playground out beyond the fence here, down the left field line, out by the bullpens. Oppo, and playable. 2 down. Sydney McCray.
Owning that left field. Great job shading that line. Everything hit down that line she has gotten.
Should be McGee's place over there.
That's right. This is the bat that Grand Canyon needs. We saw how much she can ignite an offense yesterday. It was on fire. It's been quiet today.
Dropping down the bunt. Out at first. And she wants a challenge, and so do the coaches. They're checking with each other right now. They got 2 to use. And it looks like they're going to pass up on this one.
It looked like she was out, but Sydney McCray believed she was safe. Give you a look. They got her.
Our regional storylines, historic comeback for Texas Tech. They were losing by 8 runs with 2 outs in the 7th inning, rallied to tie the game and win it in extras. Arizona State, one of 4 upsets of regional seeds that knocked Texas A&M into the losers bracket. So those 4 will all have to try and come out of the losers bracket to get to the regional finals tomorrow. It's been a heck of a run for the SEC. 21-3 record for the 12 teams in the tournament. And the rest of the run, the ACC, we had Louisville here, 9-9. They got knocked out 2 BBQ. We have 3 regional finals set, Florida and Georgia Tech, Florida State and UCF, and Georgia Clemson, all set to go tomorrow for spots in the Super Regionals. Our Super Regional coverage will begin next Thursday. We go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on the second weekend. Top 5, here's Sarah Iberg. She sends one to deep center. Is this the first of the day? No, it is not.
Wow, we got to do to hit it out.
Yeah. The Women's College World Series will get underway in Oklahoma City on Thursday, May 28th, live on ESPN. For more information, visit NCAA.com. That's the home for all of your NCAA championships. Texas, the defending champs from a year ago.
GCU grandparents. I'll tell you one thing Grand Canyon was talking about before the game. They were so lucky, happy to not be in Westwood at UCLA. They said we get sent there every single time. They've had a nice postseason run, being able to get to the postseason, always going out to California.
High chop and a good slap into the dirt for Ella McGee.
She has been on fire, using that short game, using the ground, using the speed, all of it. Watch this hop. That's base hit all day long, and that's like a couple inches just from home plate. Boom, right in front of home plate. That is a trampoline zone.
German doesn't get a lot of opportunities. She's typically hit for when Evans is pitching. So
Gotta get this bunt on.
Trying to get her to bunt in this situation.
Pass ball will do the trick, and now McGee, the go-ahead run into scoring position.
This is what used to work when you were a kid, right? Show bunt, bring it back to try to get the catcher to miss it, get in the catcher's eyes. Works there, ends up getting the runner over. But I'd have her bunt again.
Yeah, well, especially with her batting average, she doesn't have a lot of opportunities during the year.
You got Adam Iverson on deck. Coach Wagner was just talking about it there in our interview about how Iverson has been their fire starter.
Boy, they are giving these coaches a long time to get together. Nobody's even going over to break it up.
Maybe this is part of the conversation, how long they've been. Of course, just continuing the meeting time.
The assistant coaches.
Oh, no, they're talking about bringing the bat back. It's almost a warning, it seems like. At least it's what it looked like. Even watching the charade. But this is totally legal.
Kind of
There's an
pulls it down light.
Popped it up into the netting.
So every power to you, if you're German right now, is to hit the ball to the right side. Ground ball. Almost like a chop. Just get it over to that right side and advance your runner.
Good take by German. Again, situation that she's not been in a lot this year. Just trying to make something happen here.
Check swing, sends it out to right.
It's enough to move her.
Yeah.
It's a great job for just her 17th at-bat of the year.
And now can Iverson get her home?
This is who you want up. She has been their hottest hitter. In fact, they haven't been able to keep her off the bases both games they played. Walked twice in this one. Had a single and a double earlier today. Of course, the big home run yesterday.
Misses away.
Third home run, by the way, of the season. It was a big one. Put him up early, and this is against Nebraska yesterday. Alexis Jensen took the lead, and they kept that lead for 4 innings out of Myverson. You see the reaction there.
And right at the second baseman, Holtorf cannot get the run in. It remains 2-2. It's at stake for South Dakota. Never been to a regional final, trying to get there tomorrow. Grand Canyon has been once. Lost at UCLA a couple years ago. Trying to get back again. The winner must try and beat Nebraska twice tomorrow. The Huskers 1 win away from hosting their first ever Super Regional next weekend. Possibility of an Oregon State or a Stanford might be coming here if that's the case. Oklahoma State, Stanford. Pokes are in the driver's seat there in the Stillwater Regional. We are knotted at 2 apiece to the bottom of the 5th here for GCU. Holtorf, Cooper, and Martin.
Well, this is the part of their lineup that's got a lot of power, a lot of big bats, but the ball has just not been leaving the yard here today. A couple of shots look like they're going to go out.
Base knock.
Holtorf has been good. She had a double earlier today. Able to shoot that ball the opposite way for the big boppers coming up.
On board for the second time. Cooper with an RBI double. Martin also has an extra base hit right behind her. Cooper, first pitch swinging. 1 down. Hey, don't miss a minute of the action from the NCAA Softball Regionals. 7 innings live on the ESPN app. You can see every game and every big moment. Trinity Martin. Yanks that one out to right. Holtorf motoring around for third, and they got her. What a throw from Iberg out and right. Cutting down the go-ahead run.
Well, this ball is just roped by Martin, and it's hit so hard that it gets to Iberg very quickly out in right field, and she is going to come up. But look at this, gets out into right field very quickly, and Holtorf is going all the way around, being sent by coach, and he'll tap his chest and say, that's my bad.
How about an outfielder with an assist? I mean, Sarah Iberg comes up throwing a perfect one-hop, and I'll tell you what, I've been watching all these games going around the country. We do not see outfielders be able to throw out runners. Great job there by Sarah Iberg.
So now a runner on first with 2 out. That's in for a strike.
I think it also helps this outfield too that you got the turf. I mean, not only is it going to be perfectly played, but it is fast. And the more that they've played games, the more that they're understanding that. Usually grass slows things down, turf accelerates. That's something you don't know as a runner. So for Holtorf taking third base, normally you get a ball hit from here at first base to right field. You're making that all day long to third.
Two and 1. Foul ball.
Ooh.
Home plate umpire's calling that foul, but it looked like it hopped right over the base.
Yeah, it did look like it went over the bag. I wonder if they...
Or that hit the base.
Went over the bag. I'm surprised they're not.
But third base umpire was not calling a foul.
I think once it's foul, it's killed. It cannot be reviewed.
Because they stopped the play. All right, 3-2 is the count for Gonzalez. Swing and a miss.
Some love for the Audi. Sarah Iberg. Just when it seemed like Grand Canyon, okay, here they come. We're in our first single out to right field. Iberg fields this perfectly. The throw on the money. Cut him down. How about the outfield defense here at this regional? Look at South Dakota, and a beautiful job at the wall, making sure you know where it is. Autumn Iverson. They've got Grand Canyon getting in on the action. A good drop step to make that play. Jada Cooper, let's dive to first and get the out. And down the third baseline, good positioning. Made it look like an easy play, and it was not. And then, of course, Sarah Iberg with the perfect throw. I love some outfield assist. Did not see that enough in the game, helping out your pitcher. Look at the excitement, too. Keep this thing all tied.
And that'll drop in for a base hit for Kai Johnson. That's her second. And the go-ahead run aboard for the Yotes in the top of the sixth. Here's Delaney White. Once it fouled. Another bunt foul. Two from Jones.
Good job getting in underneath the hands.
Sends another one out of play.
Pitchers have done a great job just keeping this score 2-2, keeping the ball in the yard. Not a whole lot of hard hits. In fact, it's just been singles for the most part.
Yeah, Abby Jones, a lot of pitch to contact, just 40 strikeouts on the year coming into today's game. She's doing a good job, though, of getting underneath the hands.
And Delaney White, I don't even know how she hit that. She didn't keep her hands inside of it. She got around it and almost hit it behind her.
There's Taryn Batterton out in the bullpen. All hands on deck to survive the day and deal with Nebraska tomorrow for the winner of this one. Checked it.
Tell you what, Delaney White is firing up her dugout right now. Just a heck of an at-bat. Does not go.
That's a good hold. Got a strong top hand to do that.
She's fouled off 5 of the 7 pitches in this at bat.
Golfs that out to left. Martin has it. 1 down. That'll bring up Brooke Carey, the number 4 hitter. Smacks that back up the middle, and it's off the glove of Wilkinson. And now the go-ahead run in scoring position for the Yotes. Can they follow up their first NCAA tournament win with their first trip to a regional final?
And they are just having fun in that dugout. They are cheering on the small things, whether it's the foul balls, the big counts, just being able to work themselves. And this is a team. I mean, they hit under 300 as a team. They've only had 23 home runs on the season. Pinch runner there at first base, but they have put together a complete few games here in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Hempy's your pinch runner. Carey can re-enter. And here's the DP, Allie Cromer, who's 0 for 2. To third, step on the bag for 1, over to first. Double play for the Lopes to get out of the threat.
This is Grand Canyon team that has used their defense throughout this season with the strong pitching staff, getting it done with Ellie Pond, who has just been a superstar at third, stepping on the bag over to Cooper. 19th double play of the year for the Lopes.
To the bottom of the 6th, all even at 2 apiece. Win or go home for the Lopes and the Yotes. Shifty going to start things off, 6, 7, and 8 for Grand Canyon. Scored a run in the first, then another in the third. South Dakota, both their runs in the third. Center field on the run is Iverson, got it. 1 down.
Center field's where balls go to die here. Not only is it deeper, 225 out in center field, which you rarely see, but balls that seem off the bat like this might leave the yard. We've seen them go to die at the wall.
I feel like this is the softball game we've seen over the last 20 years where the ball isn't flying out of the park when someone's off balance or hitting a changeup.
Yeah. We're used to, that's what I mean, anything hitting the air like that, it's usually a home run.
This year.
Tinley Lucas, 0 for 2. 7 hits. Campbell German has been terrific in the circle. Can you imagine, by the way, she does not have a win yet on the season. If her first win of the year were to get them to the regional final,
incredible. Well, the amazing thing is that coming into today's game, a little over 62 innings pitched, 98 hits given up.
Yeah.
And she's done a good job of limiting damage. She's controlled her free passes.
Yeah, this is a Grand Canyon team averaging over 5 runs a game.
Yeah.
I mean,
and she gets to do it in front of her sister, who's the shortstop tonight. There's a deep drive. Back it goes. And that one will leave the yard. Tinley Lucas gives Grand Canyon the late lead.
Tinley Lucas, by the way, who had the go-ahead home run going back to the tournament final to be able to get them into the postseason. Another huge hit here. The home run pitch up in the zone, her 9th on the season. Watch that leg kick back to get a little extra umph, because you need a little extra umph. First home run of the day here in the 3rd game. Puts the Lopes up by 1.
And just like that, they're 3 outs away from the regional final. Well, they're about to add to it. Oh. Back to back off the scoreboard for Ellie Pond.
Well, how about that? Ellie Pond saying, hey, I'm not going to be outdone, Lucas. You're going for number 9. I'm going for number 9. Ellie Pond, she's had that great defense over at 3rd, that inning-ending double play. Comes up and gets a big ball out of the yard. 9th home run of the year. Pitch on the outer half that just stays middle. And look at the leg kick, the barrel, the extension. That's a line drive, Jess.
And that now puts the Lopes over 90 home runs. 91 home runs on the season, a program record. They already set that a couple weeks ago, and they just keep adding to it. But most impressive part is this is 7-8 in this lineup.
Gets the old piggyback ride. Lucas Pond and Wilkinson, 4 hits. 3 of them extras and 2 of them homers. And a pinch hitter here in the 9 spot is Satcher. Late rally for Grand Canyon, and back-to-back jacks for a 4-2 lead. Trying to get a rematch with Nebraska. The Huskers beat them earlier today, 2-0. Fourth time this year they've gone back-to-back.
I'm just saying so, because this is the bottom part of the order. Also, a big part of Grand Canyon's identity is the long ball. Saw it yesterday in their opener against Louisville. A couple home runs, including a home run slap from their leadoff hitter. She'd never done that before in her life. The bats have been quiet until now. Waking up here just in the right time.
Satcher lifts it out to shallow left, and that'll fall in for a base hit. And here comes the top of the order, and one of the home run hitters yesterday, Sydney McCray. Good pinch hit, base hit. And Satcher will get lifted for a pinch runner.
The hitters before her had backed up Ella McGee in left field. She was playing at the warning track, so it was perfect for Satcher. Just kind of drops that in for a single.
Wilkinson is the re-entry at first base to run. And so McCray 0 for 2 with a walk. Conversation going on out in the circle, and now they're ready to go. Eight of the 9 have now reached base for GCU today. Coming in to make the catch is McGee. 2 down.
Good communication by McGee and German. German going back, wanted it, but McGee calling her off.
That's where communication isn't just about calling it, it's also about listening. German heard her call it.
Reagan Holtorf. Double and a single today. Due up for the Yotes in the top of the 7th. Their last chance now, 6, 7, and 8. And we'll see who the Lopes send out to the circle. Will it still be Abby Jones? They had Taryn Batterton warm in the pen. Just misses low. 2-1.
Still continuing to use that changeup. It's been in the mid-40s. Very effective pitch.
And that one misses away, 2-2. With Wilkinson down at first. 2 runs already in here in the bottom of the 6th. And that's a shot out to left. The inning continues.
Well, this is probably a hit and run because Brendan German, the shortstop, look at her, she's breaking to try and cover as Wilkins was heading towards second. Opens up that 5-6 hole.
3rd hit of the game for Holtorf, and here comes Jada Cooper. More activity in the bullpen. I think GCU may consider bringing in their ace starter, Oakley Vickers, to try and finish this up. First we've seen of her today. One and 1 to Cooper. Jada had the RBI double in the first. 1 for 3 on the day.
Just to remember, is that .355 batting average along with the 15 home runs, been consistent, not just with the power.
I think that's the thing that's been amazing this year on a lot of these clubs is that the power hitters also have really good batting averages. Not sacrificing any part of average for power whatsoever.
And that's the spot. That's how they've been getting Cooper out. It's getting right in on the hands, the inside part of the plate. That's why you've seen her back off the plate to try to get to that pitch. But even when she's made contact, she's been jammed. They might go back away to get her, try to whiff at something off the plate. Look how far off the plate she is. 45-mile-an-hour changeup, Smitty.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that is slow.
Well, and it's hard when you do actually hit it because it is so slow to really have it go anywhere.
That's front toss.
Yes, exactly. There's no energy to it.
3-2 pitch. Pulled foul. And the Lopes add some more to the tally. Draws the walk to load the bases.
Doesn't get any easier, too, and this is that part of the order. Trinity Martin now up to bat. She had a double scored in the 3rd, 5th inning. Had a big single as well. Talked to Coach Hayes, Smitty, you asked him about Martin. He said just does such a great job of letting that ball travel.
Well, that's really the key, especially against a pitcher like German.
Peyton Paulson out in the pen.
She's got that big closed stride. I mean, she just attacks with that front foot almost across the plate. I mean, It's hard. She got quick hands. It's hard to get inside, but watch that front foot almost out of the box. You don't see that very often with a lefty. Look how big this stride will be coming across the plate. That is a massive difference where she starts to where she ends up.
Martin does have one Grand Slam on the season. That was against South Dakota State about a month ago. Change misses high, 2-1.
That's a good take. 46 miles an hour above the zone. There's not a whole lot to do with that.
No, except pop it up.
Yep.
Sky high. German is under it at short, and they'll leave him loaded, but back-to-back home runs give the Yotes some trouble, and the Lopes are in front.
Tinley Lucas, who's the big, huge star in their tournament, and no doubter out of the park. First one of today. That put the Lopes at 90 home runs, and right behind her, Ellie Pond, who has had a day at third base and at the plate, back-to-back home runs.
How about a look at our Capital One rewarding performance?
That's the back-to-back home runs. Getting the offense going for GCU. Tinley Lucas hitting the 90th home run in Lopes history. And then back behind her, Ellie Pond. We had not seen any long balls yet today, and these two ignited the offense, and that's why they're winning 4-2. The difference of this game, those two long balls back-to-back.
So last chance to keep the season going for South Dakota. Abby Brown, Sarah Iberg, and Ella McGee do up. Abby 0 for 2. GCU choosing to stick with Abby Jones in the circle, although we had seen both Oakley Vickers and Taryn Batterton loosening up just in case. Grand Canyon 3 outs away from a rematch with Nebraska in the regional final tomorrow. Nebraska beat them earlier today, 2-0.
Caught the knob of the bat. Must have looked like it hit her, but the reaction from Abby Brown. Yeah, the knob. Robert Wagner tried to argue that it hit her, but when the batter's still got a bat in her hand, usually that's a good indicator.
Yeah, she wasn't going anywhere.
No, she wants to hit. Plus, a replay can tell you the truth.
Yotes got the rally visors going. 2-2 pitch. Misses away. Full count.
Abby on Abby. Who's going to win the battle?
Abby with an I or Abby with a Y?
3-2 pitch.
Just so everyone at home
to short, charging. Wilkinson over to first in time. And GCU 2 outs away from moving on.
Nice defensive play. Getting that first big out of the inning.
Just keeping traffic off the bases, because South Dakota, you give them a chance. Both these teams, this is what they do.
Yeah.
They come back.
Well, and that's why Abby Jones, full count, had to come in a couple times, some fouled off pitches, not walking Brown. That was huge, allowing her defense to help her out to get the out.
Sarah Iberg's 0 for 2. Pop up and a fly out. First pitch swinging down the line and diving. Not quite able to get there is Shifty.
That's a great time to dive, is when you know it's going to be foul. You got nothing to lose. Yeah, the ball's hiding under the box. Oh, she's going to. Okay.
She's like, oh. Okay.
Little help, oh, there we go.
That's the only problem. You dive on turf, you got those little black rubber balls that are in the, that's what she got in her eyeball. I've had that happen to me. Usually it's dirt, but those are worse.
Still trying to get a pellet out of there. That
Yeah,
is not real dirt, by the way, down the line there. That is also turf.
And she's a left-handed right fielder, so that's actually an easier play for a right-handed, because then the glove is on the side of the line. So that was a tough play all around.
Her buddy McCray there to help her out. Now we're ready to go. Yotes looking for a base runner to bring that tying run to the plate here in the top of the 7th. (0-1 to Iberg, now 0-2. Just the 3 strikeouts today for South Dakota batters. Been putting the ball in play.
Those rally visors out. Anything helps, you know.
Nice pitch on the inner half. Doesn't get the call. Slightly up and in.
Slightly. That was off the plate.
Yeah. Well, it's a good setup. That's nice.
Protects low.
Come in underneath the hands, off the plate, and then go low and slow outside.
That's a good battle by Iberg. You're right, Smitty. Backs her off. Gets you standing up. That posture get you upright and low and away on the off speed.
Iberg ready to go back to work. Two and two. One of those native Nebraskans, a handful of them on the South Dakota roster coming back home from Pius High School, home of the Thunderbolts. Does she have one in that bat?
How about working the count? 0-2 back here to 3-2. Grew up down the street too. She's from Lincoln. She's played here at the stadium, a lot of their high school championships, tournaments. Very familiar with this field.
Full count down the line and just foul.
Wow, that was just bending. It looked like it was going to stay fair down the line. She's done a good job of battling. She's laid off the screwball underneath her hand. She hasn't bit at that, but she's been really good on the pitches on the outer half.
It's been hard for Abby Jones to get that spot right in the inner half to these righties. The changeup's been good.
Another 3-2 pitch. Lost her. And there is the base runner they needed to bring the tying run to the plate. They got 2 outs to work with. Down a pair. And Ella McGee is 2 for 2 with a couple of singles.
Rare walk too for Abby Jones. It's the first since she's come in the 4th.
That split grip chops that one off the glove of Martin. And runners on second and third. And the overthrow keeps rolling around the backstop. And now the tying run in scoring position.
This ball just slapped the opposite way, goes off of Martin's glove. Good job, though, by Sydney out in center field to be able to go get this. Knocks it down just enough for McGee to be able to get it, and the throw in home.
Just chucked.
Yeah.
You could hear the fans yelling, get down, and it does.
By the way, that's a good example of Ella McGee. All her hits have come in front of the outfield or in the infield, so she had brought everyone in just to move them right on back. That's how she earned that hit. Otherwise, they're normal depth. That's a ball that's caught. McGee just working the defense all day long. Her third hit of the game.
So South Dakota will bring up Katie Hoffman as the pinch hitter. 3 for 14 this year. Huge opportunity with runners on second and third and one out.
And GCU has the left side of the infield pulled in, right side is back. Now they're actually going to send Wilkinson back a little bit more. Jones not able to find that pitch on the inner half to these righties.
She has 4 hits total this year with 2 RBI. Swing and a miss.
Wow. You get 2-0. You're looking for a pitch that you can drive, and she chases something way up and out of the zone, up and away. I think sometimes you get in those hitters count, and you're just swinging no matter what, thinking she is going to give me that cookie. She did not there.
Missed it, 3-1. Top of the order awaits.
So good takes. Hoffman off the plate, trying to attack her underneath the hands.
She's yet to give her a strike.
Yeah. See how far back and off the plate she is.
Full count. South Dakota thought that one was ball 4. Hoffman lines that one out to center, and that will drop in front. 1 run is in. They're waving home the tying run, and they will score it with no throw from McRae.
Katie Hoffman off the bench. Look at that smile. She battled her way into this count. I think she's crying at first base right now. I mean, this is what it's about for this Yotes team. She earns this single jam job off the hands, gets it into the outfield, and Sydney McRae, watch her not be able to get to this ball to catch it, but why does she not end up coming up throwing home? Great job of getting to it. Now, the runner is just rounding third when she gets the ball there, but does not throw home.
2 RBIs all season for Katie Hoffman, and she just matched that total to tie the game.
Oh my gosh, and the emotion, seeing her at first base after the play was over, just amazing.
Pinch hitting in the 9 spot in the order, and the tears are flowing, and they're happy ones in the dugout.
5th hit of the season. 5th hit of the season, the biggest one of her life. And I feel for Sydney McRae because she has been amazing out in center field and a great effort just trying to keep that ball in front of her. And I'm thinking because she overthrew on the play before that she wanted to make sure she had a good grip. That's the only thing I could think of because she is an aggressive outfielder. Remember, she overthrew. So she gets this play right in front of her.
Let's take another look.
Dives to keep it in front. Right there, she sees where the runner is, but does not throw the ball.
And then the tears of joy. Oh, man. Worth the trip right there for the Yotes. What a moment.
So amazing. I'm so proud of you. I love it.
Coach Piv over there at first base. The rally visors work, and now can they keep it going with the pitching change to Taryn Batterton? And the top of the order. Iverson has reached twice with a couple of walks. This is a team with a losing record. This is a team that thought their season might be over in mid-April. They went up to North Dakota. It was snowing out. And the coaches said, you know what, we got to tell them. Ladies, we need to win this series or we're probably not going to make the Summit League tournament. They did win the series. They made the Summit League tournament. They shocked everybody in the Summit League by winning it. And now coming into the NCAAs with a losing record, they rally here to tie the game late, still with a shot at reaching the regional final.
Well, this is an example of how you play in May is what counts once you get here. They may have been bad in February, March, and April, but in May, they've been really good.
The 2-run single for Katie Hoffman.
And the tears.
Yep.
That doesn't exemplify postseason softball. I don't know what does. It could be anybody at any point that gets the job done. Pinch hitter off the bench. 5th hit of her season.
And as many RBIs on that play as she's had all year. It's nice change up by Batterton.
Are you putting in the work when no one's watching? Are you pouting, or are you making sure when your opportunity comes, you're ready for it? Are you doing whatever it takes to get that kind of at-bat, to earn the trust of your coach to give you the bat there?
And even the takes that she had to get to the count so she could get a pitch to hit. I mean, she took pitches just off the plate to work that count.
Full count here to Iverson. And she draws the walk. And now the go-ahead in scoring position was still just the one out. And Kaya Johnson has a pair of singles tonight.
Second walk of the inning, 4th of the game. And really it was the walk to Iberry that, you know, she battled and battled that started things rolling in this inning.
One of those singles driving in a run. Out in front of the off speed there from Batterton. Back-to-back home runs for Grand Canyon in the bottom of the 6th to take the late lead. And now the rally here in the top of the 7th to square it up for South Dakota on the 2-run pinch hit single from Katie Hoffman. Started with a walk. And then both Iberg and McGee came in to score. Johnson grounds it to second. The play over to first advances the runners with 2 outs. So now that go-ahead just 60 feet away for your number 3 hitter, Delaney White. And it's another Lincoln, Nebraska native from Norris High School who's been a 4-year starter for the Yotes. Takes a strike. For Grand Canyon now, forced to bat in the bottom of the 7th. They'll bring up Gonzalez, Shiflett, and then one of their home run hitters, Lucas. Nebraska awaits tomorrow in the regional final. Trickler down the first base line and in time to record the out. And the score remains tied. The Yotes are thinking about challenging, and they will not.
How about these Yotes coming into the 7th inning, and it's Katie Hoffman off the bench. 5th hit of the season. Sydney McCray trying to dive, do everything she can to keep it in front of her. 2 runs come in to tie this game, and the emotion. I am so proud of you. That is every hitter across the country in this postseason. Katie Hoffman does it to tie this game.
4-4 to the bottom of the 7th. Winner is in the regional final. Loser is out. After Katie Hoffman's pinch hit, 2-run single, Peyton Paulson is the new pitcher. And Grand Canyon will go for its 5th walk-off of the season. They just got one against Nevada to win the Mountain West to get into the NCAA tournament. Winners got Nebraska tomorrow. Peyton Paulson, the junior from Dubuque, Iowa, JUCO All-American. JUCO National Pitcher of the Year on a much bigger stage now tonight. Gonzalez, Shiflett, and Lucas coming up for the Lopes.
Paulson, a lot of pitched contact, only 27 strikeouts on the year. She's a little bit of a rise and drop. A little mixed speeds.
Gonzalez does have a home run in the regional. Has been on base once tonight. Does not chase away. This is Paulson's first appearance of the weekend as well. Misses the mark there, 2-2. Ripped to third, 1 down. Here's Addison Shiflett. Three flyouts to center field. One of them chased Autumn Iverson all the way back to the top of the wall. just a freshman, but her teammates say she is a very mature hitter. Always gets in a good at-bat.
She's hit a couple of the warning track in this game.
11 home runs on the year. She's got that power.
She does have one of their 4 walk-offs. She got it against New Mexico in the Mountain West tournament. She's also one that started their comeback when they were down 9-0 in the Mountain West final to Nevada. Won it in extras.
It's funny because we talk about the big boppers in the middle of this lineup, but really, when you look at as of late, it's been the bottom of this order, starting with Addison Shiflett. Of course, on deck is the home run hitter Tinley Lucas, and of course the other home run hitter Ellie Pond.
Gets herself on a full count.
Three-two pitch. Shiflett lifts that one out to right. Iberg is under it, 2 down, and we are 1 out away from extras in an elimination game here in Lincoln.
Be careful what you throw Tinley Lucas. Get anything on the inside part of the plate, and she can mash. Hit her home run, her last at bat. That's why we're here. That broke the tie at the time.
Mrs. Lowe out of the zone.
First home run of the day for any team in the 3rd game here. We hadn't seen any home runs the first 2 games. This is last inning. I know she's got the power too.
.65 miles an hour.
She was swinging at it like she wanted to go oppo on that one. Beautiful building out in right field she was aiming for.
One pitch from Paulson. Sends it the opposite way. Iberg on the move and makes the catch in foul territory. And we are headed to the 8th inning in Lincoln. 4-4 our score as we move into extra innings. Winner gets Nebraska tomorrow in the regional final here. The number 4 seed has won its first 2 games. And for the Coyotes, a big rally, 2-run, top of the 7th. Katie Hoffman, a 2-run single, just her 5th hit of the season. And her 3rd and 4th RBIs, and you talked about timely. They set down Grand Canyon in the bottom of the 7th in order. So now we head to the top of the 8th. Here's Brooke Carey. 4th spot in the lineup to face Taryn Batterton. Fooled her with the change. Again.
Yeah, those back-to-back changeups, so good. Floating in the low 50s. Chooses that pitch 18 to 20% of the time. Good drop ball, over 26% of the time.
Missed that one away. This is the 8th extra inning game of the first 2 days of this NCAA tournament. Both these teams beat Louisville this weekend, so guaranteed of a mid-major and a regional final here in Lincoln. And a punch-out called, strike 3. Gets Carey.
Another changeup at the top of the zone. You can see the rotation coming out of the hand. Carey thinks that's a little bit high. Batterton getting the call on the changeup, 53 miles an hour.
Gonna bring up Allie Cromer. Allie's 0 for 3. Out of Elkhorn, Nebraska. Elkhorn South High.
We're laughing because she knows she was completely fooled on that pitch. Batterton's changeup just looks like it stops about 3/4 of the way and drops down onto the ground.
One and two. Right back to Batterton. 2 down. Here's Abby Brown, 0 for 3. Grand Canyon will send up 8, 9, and then the top of the order in the bottom of the 8th. Catches the inside corner with that off speed again at 53 miles an hour.
It's definitely been the pitch of the regional here is the off speed. It's been extremely effective.
Two and one. Fouls that off. 2 and 2. With 2 down here in the top of the 8th. Grand Canyon took the late lead with back-to-back home runs in the 6th, and then South Dakota rallied for 2 to tie it in the 7th.
Good job waiting on that. Brown identifies it, gets rid of it.
Keep the Coyotes off the board so Grand Canyon can have a chance to walk it off. Of course, Sydney McCray is going to be up 3rd for Grand Canyon. One of their best hitters coming into this tournament.
Down in the dirt. And the count goes full. There's Sid.
Base hit that was hit to her. Chance of redemption. You could tell she was really upset not coming up with that play.
And ball 4 and a base runner with 2 outs for the Yotes. That'll bring up Sarah Eibert. Walked and scored in that 7th inning. Out in front of the change.
It's just that late, sharp movement at the very end of the pitch that Batterton induces all those swing and misses on.
She is the best on the team with 2 out RBI opportunities. Waits on it and lines it to Wilkinson at short. Second chance for the Lopes to walk it off into the regional final. Back here for the bottom of the 8th inning. Grand Canyon and South Dakota tied at 4. And the Lopes a chance to walk off. The Yotes to get to the regional final. Ellie Pond will start things off.
Well, the reason Grand Canyon's got 4 runs is because of Ellie Pond, that solo shot after the back to back. Lucas to Pond. Big, massive hit. She has been swinging a hot bat down here in the 8-hole.
They went 1, 2, 3 in the 7th, and now Pond 8, 9, and 1 to start things off here. And is that a warning or a pitch clock violation?
Warning.
Pointed to the watch. No ball or strike put on the board. Pond's home run was not off of Paulson. This is a Grand Canyon program, 5 straight trips to the NCAA tournament. 4th best win percentage in the country over that time, and their 50-plus wins tied with Texas Tech for the most in the regular season at 52.
This is a Grand Canyon team that really is well-versed at every aspect of the game. They've got a very deep pitching staff. They've put a lot of runs up on the board, program records offensively all up and down.
I like Ellie Pond's rhythm with her hands. That move.
Drops down a bunt, right back to Paulson. One down.
She's shown a lot of power. She's got 2 extra base hits in this game. I know she's trying to be sneaky there, but she's had a lot of power for them.
Home run and a double today. I don't know if Coach Hayes had called for that. He's kind of shaking his head.
No, there's no way.
Walking in the opposite direction. Here's Haley Wilkinson.
And she's on the right side of the plate, so you're already not in a great position.
Wilkinson with a couple of hits today. A little bit of a sword swing on that last pitch. And this is the hardest part of, I think, this part of the season, is that you don't really get to scout all the teams. First time potentially seeing a lot of these pitchers out of the pen. You've got to make adjustments pitch to pitch.
Yeah, you're coming into this weekend, you're preparing for 3 other teams and a staff sometimes of 4 to 6 pitchers. There's no way when Peyton Paulson comes into this game that you have any recollection of what she throws and how to attack it.
Fly ball out towards Iverson, fighting that wind. 2 down.
The wind is swirling out there because the flags tell you it's blowing out, but that last fly ball, Iverson had to come in probably about 6-7 feet, but you look at the flags behind her and it looks like it's going more out. Of course, now it's going more towards left, but it keeps changing.
So can McCray generate something on her own here with 2 down? If anybody can do it, she can.
Sydney McCray wants to do a little bit of what she did yesterday. The home run she hit, slapping it over the left field wall. Massive home run on a big day for her against Louisville. Her excitement, she can do that. They walk it off and win this game.
Pokes it right back up the middle, and the game winner is aboard for GCU.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what they do here. I would go ahead and try and get her to second base, steal her at some point in the first or second pitch. So Holtorf, who's been good in this game, is 3 for 4. Give her the opportunity to walk it off.
Sydney is 39 for 39, has not been caught all year. And Holtorf has 3 hits on the day. Hit and run is on, and McCray will hold at second. And now the game winner in scoring position. A 2-out rally, and Jada Cooper is coming up.
And she is due.
She is due. She's been quiet.
Very quiet. They've done a good job getting it in on the hand. She keeps backing off the plate, but they've jammed her. RBI single, though, back in the first.
Has also reached on a walk. Great speed at second with McCray. It's so critical for these base runners to make sure they do not leave early.
You're going to have to put up a wall to tell Sydney McCray not to score on anything. She's going to come around a very, very aggressive base runner. Look at that lead she's getting coming into the view there.
Especially with German, the shortstop, going over to third. There's nobody really around her except for Johnson, the second baseman, coming behind. You've got to take a big lead.
Cooper might get something to look at here at 2-0. Missed it, but it's going to get out of play to give her another chance. Oof.
I've seen a lot of that, just that front shoulder flying off, not letting the ball travel.
She gets in the middle, the opposite field. She has so much power without having to fly that front half. She doesn't even need to. She's so strong on her own.
Still a good count for her here. Single could end it. Oof. Inside at the knees, looked awfully good. Missed just off the plate, 3-1.
That was the pitch too for Paulson, because that's where you get Jada Cooper. You get her inside.
Even more leverage now at 3-1.
Doesn't mean you swing unless it's yours.
Right back up the middle, McCray rounding third, heading for home. The throw to the plate will not get her. And Grand Canyon walks it off to get into the regional final in Lincoln. Jada Cooper, the game-winning RBI, as the season comes to a close for South Dakota. And the Lopes move on.
Talked about the adjustment too for Jada Cooper. What, go middle to opposite field does exactly that. How about she's got half? She had 2 of the 5 RBIs in this game. Had one back in the first inning, and then the game winner here. Clutch at bat from their big hitter, Jada Cooper.
And they will have a rematch and a fresh Oakley Vickers in the circle tomorrow against Nebraska. The Huskers beat the Lopes earlier today 2-0.
Jada Cooper in a 3-1 count, leverage, takes a pitch at the top of the zone and just bashes it right back up the middle. And with McCray at second with all that speed, GCU's gonna walk it off.
Yeah, Sydney McCray, you're gonna have to literally run with her to try to hold her back. Look at the jump that she gets on this. As soon as it's hit, and with 2 outs, she doesn't need to look back, just let it fly, and she does. How about that slide in at home plate? Jada Cooper, all celebration with another walk-off win for Grand Canyon.
6 2-out hits today for GCU. And they walk it off with 3 straight singles with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. And what a memorable run for South Dakota as their season comes to an end.
So much respect for the Coyotes, what they did. South Dakota even to get here, making history. They had their first win in postseason history, 48 years. They are going to look back on this team, and it will be historic. And I'll tell you what, I will not forget Katie Hoffman and her hit coming in that massive 7th inning to be able to tie this game and send it into extra innings.
So the regional final is set. Nebraska and Grand Canyon. Huskers only have to win one. The Elopes would have to win twice to move on to the Supers, and of course if Nebraska wins it, they get to stay home for the Supers. But right now it's all about GCU, and it's all about Jada Cooper with the walk-off RBI single to score Sydney McCray.
Jada, walk me through that at bat. I mean, some of the takes that you had to get to that 3-1 count and get a pitch up in the zone that you drove up the middle.
Honestly, I haven't had my best at bats all day this whole weekend, so I wanted to come through for my team. I was too busy trying to lift the ball, trying to do too much. Coach Hayes told me the pitch before, like the wind is blowing in, like, hey, you got to hit on the line. So I'm like, okay. So I made an adjustment, and I got the pitch that I wanted, 3-2 count, hitters count, and I got my pitch, and I did exactly that.
Jada, why is this team so resilient? You guys have had a number of walk-off wins this year. How are you able to do that?
Just our mojo is all 21 outs, so it takes all 21 outs. This team, like, we could be down 7 runs in the last inning. Like, we use all outs to get us out. I guess our energy in the dugout, we never give up. We like to make the game a lot harder than what it is, but yeah.
But you come through, and now you get a rematch with Nebraska tomorrow. You already got to play them earlier today. What is the thought process and the approach possibly against Jordy Fromm again tomorrow?
Jordy Fromm's a good pitcher. It's like the best of the best. So we know she's gonna come at you early in the count. We just got to find pitches and score when we need to, make plays, and we're a good enough team to compete with them. So it'll be a good game.
All right, thank you so much,
Congrats.
Jada. The 5-4 Grand Canyon win over South Dakota. And so we are set for tomorrow afternoon at 3 Eastern. The 4-seed Nebraska and the Lopes of GCU.